Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Kayla. Today we are going to be customizing some towels for a little boy today. These are the towels that my customer provided. How stinking cute are those? So there's this one with a little hood. He's only like 6 months old. It is the cutest thing. And then this is a matching like bigger towel, and then his name's gonna go, I'll have to double check, but I think it's on the second white stripe. So I have two towels. We are going to be using water soluble, like the mesh wash away today. The only reason I'm using this today is because I'm out of tearaway stabilizer. Otherwise I would be using tearaway on my hoop. We are using the Mighty Hoop stand today because it's the easiest tool that I have to line things up straight. So I'm going to show you guys how we use this. We are going to be using my 8x9 Mighty Hoop today. And also, on a fun note, Mighty Hoop reached out to me and I am now an affiliate for Mighty Hoop. So if you want free shipping on your order, click my link down below. You can use Stitch NV for free shipping. And yeah, they will hook you up. So make sure you use that to save a few bucks. And then I also have his name printed out from my Chroma software. So we are going to line this up, get it hooped, and stitch them out. Yeah, and I think that's everything that we need for today. So let's go ahead and line this up on our towel. So I actually have packing tape that I'm going to use to help me hold this in place while we hoop it. And then I have this ruler that I'm going to use. I'm going to line this up with the center of the hood up here. I don't know if you guys can see that, but there's the hood right here and it has this line. So I'm using this as my center point to line up the name. So I'm just straightening it out. And then this, you guys have heard me say in almost all of my videos that when you print out from your embroidery software, it has guidelines for you so that you know where is horizontal, where is vertical, and where your exact center point is. So I'm going to line up this vertical line with the edge of my ruler. So we're doing the name in this white stripe right here. And I am going to, like I said, line up the horizontal line with the edge of my ruler. So that is straight right there. And then I'm going to make sure my towel's straight. Now I'm going to hold this in place and use my ruler to make sure there's an even amount of white on top and bottom. So that it looks like there's a 1/2 inch on top. And then if I go to the bottom, looks like we are just shy. So I'm gonna go up seriously just like a hair. And then remeasure. 1/2 inch, 1/2 inch, perfect. Okay, so now very carefully, not moving my name, I'm going to grab some tape. And of course I just moved it. So let me measure again to go up 1/2 inch, 1/2 inch, perfect. So I like to do this instead of pinning anymore just because I'm honestly tired of poking myself. So I just use tape now. So now we're going to go over to the Mighty Hoop stand. Okay, so I have my stabilizer that I have cut to size. So I'm going to use these little holders to hold it in place like that. Make sure it's as flat as possible. And now we're going to bring our towel over. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that this vertical line matches the vertical line underneath. So you're going to have to really play around with it. I like to lean back just a little bit and kind of, you know, with my eye visualize it together. And that looks perfectly straight right there. So I'm just going to gently straighten out the sides right here. Okay. Now it does get a little tricky because these towels, you know, are almost never perfectly straight. So just do the best that you can. And then we're going to grab the top of our frame and press down. We're gonna pull just gently to help straighten it out. You can, if you want, use basting adhesive. The only reason I'm not is because this is a water-soluble stabilizer, so I didn't want it to dissolve underneath. But if I was using just a regular tearaway, I would have used this just to help keep this in place while it stitches. I don't think we're gonna have too big of a problem with it, you know, moving underneath and everything, but it's usually nice just for a good measure. So I'm just gonna pull the towel a little more tight so that it is nice and taut underneath. Okay, perfect. Now I'm gonna lift it out. And there we have it. So now it's ready to stitch out. Okay, now we're gonna hoop it on our machine. So we're just gonna carefully slide it on. Now I probably should have hooped this the other way so that I don't have as much towel in the throat of the machine, but I have it honestly hooped perfectly and I don't want to redo it. So we're just going to very carefully pull all of this to the back. If this was like a big Carhartt jacket back or something, then obviously I wouldn't feel comfortable doing that, but it's not that much towel. It's a very small baby towel, so I'm not too worried about it. So we are going to line up our needle. We're doing the name in navy. So I'm going to line up needle number 1 with the center point on my name. As you can see here, needle number 1 is definitely not centered. So I'm going to hold this down and use the arrows on my panel over here until this is centered over the center point. And there you can see, hopefully it is perfectly centered over the S. So now we're gonna trace. Perfect. I'm gonna carefully remove this so that we don't move the towel. And I'm going to add this water-soluble stabilizer just so that my stitches don't sink in. This isn't a very fluffy towel, but it's always good to use this just for good measure to make sure you get a clean stitch out. So I'm actually going to tape this to the sides. This water-soluble stabilizer I got at a local quilt shop, and I'm not really a big fan of it. It really curls in, so I'm just gonna take some tape and tape it down. Okay, now we're gonna take that off of the machine. And now what we can do is just tear this off. And that's stitched out super clean. You can take tweezers to get this or just dig at it with your nail, which is what I usually do. All right. And like I said, usually I would do tearaway with this, but water-soluble the mesh is all I had. So you can still tear this for the most part, you know, like that. And what I'll probably do to get the rest, I mean, I can actually get most of it like that, but what I'll do to get the rest is I'll just spray this with a spray bottle and then let it dry. So easy peasy, and we're good. Here is the stitch out. It's stitched super, super clean, And now we're gonna go do the big towel, and I will show you how to hoop it the opposite way so that you don't have so much towel in the throat. Okay, so I have the bottom of my Mighty Hoop back in and my stabilizer. So now I'm basically, instead of bringing the towel over the top like I did last time, I'm bringing it up from the bottom. And as you can see, the name is upside down. And that's because when we put it on the hoop this way, we're gonna have very little material in the back of the throat. So it's gonna be much easier to hoop. Now the downside is you will have a lot more hanging. So if you're doing something really, really heavy, like a Carhartt jacket or something like that, sometimes I'll get like a step stool, or I'll even like stand there and hold it, just so it's not as much pressure on the arm frames. But something like this, it's very lightweight. I'm really not worried about it. But if you're doing something heavier, it is something to be aware of. So FYI. So now I am going to, same thing, line up the vertical line right here with the vertical line on my towel. And I know you guys are kind of at an angle so you can't really see, but I can see straight on. I wish I could move you guys to see what I'm seeing, but then I won't be able to see. So yeah, I am just lining up vertical to vertical as best as I can. And then I'm going to straighten this out very carefully without moving it. I'm going to grab the top of my hoop and snap it down. And again, I'm going to very gently pull this tighter, making sure my name stays even. You can see I have a lot of wrinkles right here, so I'm just going to gently pull. There we go. That looks really good. Actually, there's a little bit more right here. Perfect. So now we're going to take it out. And we're ready to go to the machine. Now don't forget, when you do this, you have to flip your name upside down. Otherwise, you're going to stitch it upside down. So I'm going to unlock, go to Design Set. This little F right here, I'm going to hit the upside down one. Okay, and we are good to go. So don't forget to flip it upside down. Okay, and now we're going to center it again. So we're not too far off this time. Okay, and trace. Perfect. Carefully remove this. All right, and that one just finished. So we're gonna unhoop again. Took it all with it because I hooped it to the, or taped it to the frame. So that was easy. Now, same thing on the back. I'm just gonna tear the stabilizer as much as I can, and I will spray whatever is left with a spray bottle. Okay, and super clean stitch out. All right, guys, so here are those towels one more time. Cute little whale with the little hood. Stitched perfect. And then this one, this is a really long towel. It's gonna be hard to hold up, but same whale. Let me fold it in half. And there's his name, perfect. Thank you guys so much for joining me in today's video. Leave me a comment down below and say hi, and I will see you in the next video.